Good morning. My name is Pastor Mark Manning. I'm coming to you from Glenwood Lutheran Church. And my friend here today is not a ventriloquist's dummy. I don't do ventriloquism, and his mouth doesn't move either. If you see it move, it's you, and it's not me doing anything. Today, October 4th, is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. And if you've been in my office, you've probably noticed on the south end, between the two windows on the south end, I have this statue here. It is a sort of an idealized statue of St. Francis of Assisi. I received it from the board president of St. Francis Hospital in Breckenridge, Minnesota, when I was the pastor there. And they had it and they used it. They weren't sure quite what to do with it. It's big, but it's not really big enough to turn into a huge statue. It's too small to put underneath the Christmas tree, too big to turn into a statue. So they offered it to me, and I have loved having it. Loved having it. It's colorful, and it has these birds, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that to you today on this feast of the St. Francis of Assisi. Now, St. Francis of Assisi was born in either 1181 or 1182 in Italy to a very wealthy family who dealt with textiles, selling textiles. And he lived and grew up in the lap of what we would consider to be luxury compared to people around you and around us. What happened is that he became somewhat disillusioned in this. He entered the military and went on a military expedition. During the military expedition, he was captured and held in captivity for some time, and then after that became deathly ill. And these experiences affected him greatly when he was then finally released. He came back and he started to have visions about what God might want, what God was trying to tell him to do. And he had a particular vision to repair a chapel that was broken down in Assisi. And so he had this vision, and what he did to obtain the funds to do that is he stole from his parents, stole cloth and then resold it and attempted to give the money to the owners of this chapel, the friars, and they refused to take it. And so he was stuck. His parents found out. They were extremely upset with him. And nothing became of that until he went out about, and he had to beg. And he asked for money then. He asked for money. He asked for sponsorship. He asked for people of Assisi in the area to come, and they did, and they repaired this chapel. And so he, because of all this, though, he retreated from his family, because of the shame, because of the hard feelings. He ended up being a reclusive hermit in a cave in San Damiano. And there he lived out the years of his life. He, again, was also active with a couple of different orders of friars that he established. They took vows of poverty, lived simple lives, much like he did. One of the things, though, that he is credited with is the first nativity scene, about 1223 or so. It is said, or he's been given the honor of the first person to actually put together a nativity scene for the Christmas season. The other thing, of course, is that he is the patron saint of animals. And so whenever you have a statue or something like this, or a scene, you may have seen somebody have a small statue in their yard. St. Francis of Assisi is always pictured with animals about him. Maybe there are mammals, various kinds of creatures of the forest around his feet, and often there will be these birds perched on his shoulder. Because of that, today, October 4th, also is a National Be Kind to Animals Day. It is in some churches this week, there will be a service blessing animals and pets. I've done these worship services, blessing of animals. I've done them during the summer. I've come to understand that really animals are a blessing from God in and to our lives. And so I have this sort of sense, and of course I'm highly concerned about our environment and animals and such. So as we've gathered together today on this feast of St. Francis of Assisi Day, do remember his concern for creation, especially for animals and their care and their welfare. And remember that you don't have to be a saint to be kind to those creatures God has placed around you. Amen.